Stage 5, day 2, we're back.
Yeah, and with exercises like pull-ups, pullovers, rope pulls, cable pulls, you're probably guessing what day it is. It's pull day. So we're starting off with some deadlifts supersetted with pull-ups. Yeah. Now deadlifts are hard on their own, but we're adding another element to it, which is chains. Now you can do chains or bands. Now the difficulty of utilizing chains or bands is that once you put it on the deadlift, the more you pull, the harder it gets. That's a little buff dude philosophy right there. And that works in multiple ways, not only for weights. But what we're doing is after deadlifts, we're immediately gonna go on to pull-ups, which is obviously very back-intensive exercise. Yeah, I went there, I probably shouldn't have. But yeah, you're definitely gonna feel winded after this. It is a lot of back involved, a lot of posterior chain on the deadlifts, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, but also your lats too. So when you do superset it with pull-ups, you are definitely gonna feel it in that full body with a lot of cardiovascular, kind of intense type of exercises back to back, but also a lot of muscle activation too is what we want.
Moving on to Romanian deadlifts, and it's a little bit of a break in a way because it's not gonna be a superset, but it's equally as hard. What we're gonna be doing is isolating the hamstrings. They can be a muscle group which is a little bit neglected from time to time. It's hard to see them, but they play an integral part in many things inside and of course outside the gym. So with the Romanian deadlifts, one of our absolute favorites for isolating the hamstring, what you're gonna wanna do is bring the weight down just a little bit past the knees, and what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and spring up into the top position. You really wanna squeeze your glutes. As you go up there, you're gonna feel it in both the hamstrings and in the glutes. It's really testing that grip strength of ours at the moment, especially doing 225. Immediately after that superset, we're already feeling it big time, struggling to catch the breath. So you wanna maximize your rest times and of course stay hydrated.
So we got the rope pulls supersetted with the pullovers. With the rope pulls, we have a big ass rope. We tied a couple heavy kettlebells to the end of it. We're walking across the gym and we are pulling that weight towards us. There's a lot of back involved in this one and it is pretty damn difficult. And it makes it more difficult because we're immediately supersetting it with the pullovers, one of our all-time favorites, very kind of old school exercise. The funny thing about the pullovers, it definitely works the back, but the chest is involved too, funny enough. In a flex position, your shoulders in a flex position, the chest is going to help extend the shoulder joint there. So you will get a little chest activation, even though it is pull day, but regardless, these two exercises create that massive pump. Yeah. So we got the hang cleans supersetted with the cable face pulls. With hang cleans, it's gonna get a lot of hip activation, but also a lot of trap activation with the shrug you use. If you wanna know a little bit more about this exercise, check out the videos we did in the power stage, really go into detail about that exercise. It is quite an amazing exercise, that's why we're using it in this stage. But of course, we're supersetting it with the cable pulls, which are an awesome compound movement to really work those traps, the rear delts, a little bit in the biceps, kind of that upper back area, which of course, paired up with the hang cleans, it really gets them activated. And that's why these two are paired up. So you gotta get that nice upper back pump.
The cable pulls, which could also very easily be known as the quad killers, because that's the way it's gonna feel. It's an amazing exercise for the quads. It's one that we've been using, it's relatively new in the buff dudes arsenal, and we quickly both became very big fans for the reason that you really feel that activation in your quads. It's gonna be 3 sets of the length of cable. This is a little bit of a quirky exercise. It's great if you need an alternative exercise to the leg extension machine. It can be a little bit of a big awkward machine to have maybe, let's say, in your home gym. So if you have a setup like ours, this is a great way of doing it. It's gonna hit not only the quads, but also the upper body as well. So we're doing it, we're getting it done, we're feeling that burn, and it's feeling pretty damn good. Moving on to shrugs, 4 sets, 10 reps, and the last rep, you're gonna wanna hold it into the top position as long as you can. This one is a real burner for those traps, and you may notice that we're using our straps on our arms, and that's because we've really utilized a lot of grip strength, a lot of forearms through the duration of this workout. Typically, we like to try and engage our grip strength and forearms as much as possible, but with this one, we're really focusing on the trapezius, so that's why we're getting that little bit of extra help, and we need all the help we can get because this is a tough one, but it feels good. Wrapping it up with rollouts. You're gonna hate it while you're doing it, but we love the results.
That's what it's all about. A lot of these you hate while you're doing, but those results pay off in the end.
Hell yeah.
So day 2 is in the books. Pull, done with that. The next day is gonna be push and pull together.
So it's like day 1 and day 2, if they had a baby and the baby was...
The devil.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then.
Yeah, because we'll kick the devil's ass.
Yeah.